Good morning, beautiful people. Hello, world. This brother Ron Dean. I need a haircut. Yeah, brother Ron Dean, the proud owner of C1 Corp LLC and the many other businesses that falls under the umbrella of C1 Corp LLC, the Nekanaka Market and Grocery Store, Fall Seasons Travel, Dean Staffing and Recruiting Agency LLC, and the many other businesses that God has graciously blessed us with. Every time you see me, you see my wife, because I represent my wife. So whether you see my wife with me on the side of me or whatever, when you see me, just realize and recognize that you see my wife and you see all the business, because I always take care of everything that is in my care. I wanted to talk about being accountable. We all have our positions in life, whether that is as a husband, a wife, children, bosses, employees, customers, whatever. Everyone has a role to play, a part to play. And when you are in your position and you play your role, you are less of a menace to society. When a husband ain't taking care of his responsibility as a husband, the whole family is being messed up. I'm going to say another word. I'm going to say screwed. But when the male ain't in position, the foundation is very shaky. Because as a spouse, as a husband, it is the husband's responsibility to take care of his family, to provide for his family, to protect his family, to bring comfort to his family. That is the husband's responsibility. And the wife's responsibility is to respect the husband, support the husband, and be that husband so-called backbone, and it's the kids' responsibility to be in their roles and their position in assisting and not being a burden or a headache, and helping in their roles. As a boss, supposed to be taking care of the workers, making sure everything good, making sure everything is paid off in a timely manner, everybody getting their check, everybody getting taken care of. As a worker, your responsibility to make sure you doing what you're supposed to do, what you signed up for, and then some. But we're in a time right now where folks looking for maximum and giving very little effort, and that's not everybody. Man, when you find a person where they don't need to be watched over, they don't need a watchman, you don't need to be watching them to see what they're going to do, and they get it done, when you can rely on their word and depend on their word, that is rare. You cherish that, you appreciate that, because if that is gone, that don't mean another one is coming or more coming. So people sometimes have gotten to the habit, and they have gotten spoiled, and they have gotten used to. So they start taking people for granted, teams for granted, jobs for granted, business for granted, spouses for granted, kids for granted, whatever. You don't want to go around taking nobody for granted. I don't take nobody for granted. It doesn't matter who you are. If I address you, like I said, Mr. or Miss. Or I'm going to call you by your title. I'm not going to go to another, in our days, you got kids going to adults and calling them by their first name. You lost your mind. When you address me, you don't call me by, as a child, call me by my first name. You better put a Mr. on that. Whether you know me or not, it doesn't matter. And it tells a lot. You know, the Bible says, train up a child the way they should go. When they get old, they shall not depart from it. And, you know, some folks like to make excuses for their children. There is no excuse. Because when you go into the real world, if you didn't set that solid foundation, you're in trouble. And as a child, if you were trained right, why would you go out there and do wrong? Because other kids doing it? Because other people doing it? If you know something is right, why would you do wrong? Because you can do it? Okay. But that because has consequences. So, with me, if I'm in a relationship or if I have a business if I have whatever I'm doing, I'm never feeling like I'm cheating because I'm going to give my all the time. And that's what you should do all the time because that's what you signed up for. And if you know you wasn't going to do it, or if you know you ain't ready, why do it? Folks are excited about the thought of marriage, the thought of it, the theory of marriage. But they have a problem with the practicality of a marriage, the responsibility of a marriage, and the things that one should do in a marriage. A marriage supposed to be selfless. A marriage supposed to be, you and your spouse supposed to be like God. One. Knowing everything about each other. So you have everything in place to protect each other. But if you got this little thing over here you doing, and he got this little thing over there that he's doing, and you don't know nothing about it, and then the things that should be taken care of ain't been taken care of, it's because people are out of position. There's so many people that are out of position, whether in business, whether in marriages, whether in family, whether it's chaotic right now. Folks don't want to submit their wills to another person's will. In order for things to occur, like LeBron James when he went to Miami for them 4 years. Even though he went there and it was called Dwayne Wade's team, LeBron was the better player. The first year they got knocked out early. But that's what? When they decide to let LeBron James be the man and do his thing, and they got in line, and that 4 years they won 2 championships. No matter how great you are, how smart you think you are, or what you think you bring to the table, sometimes you just gotta get in line. So because they got in line, everybody eat. Because they got in line, everybody got a championship. Everybody can be captains. And everybody can be Indians. And everybody can be chiefs. Everybody can be bosses. Somebody got to be workers. Like I said before, I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. There's over 8 billion people in the world. And some folks will appreciate what this brother's saying, because they know it's true. Whether you like it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, some folks, I don't like taking medicine. Most of the time it's bitter, don't taste good, whatever. But if it's going to help me to get better, you think I care about that taste? Man, because I want to get better, I'm going to take that medicine. So there's things that you might not like. So what? Get over it. Take it. Because it's going to be better for you, better for the organization, better for the business, better for the marriage. It will be better. Folks don't want to listen no more. It's nothing wrong with being under the authority of someone else, especially if they got your best interest at heart. You know, some people say, well, I treat everybody the same. You's a fool. If you treat everybody the same, everybody equal, you'll be a fool. Because everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't bring the same value. Not saying that the people ain't valuable. They're valuable in their circles. You talking about you treat everybody the same? You married. You have a wife. Do you treat other women like you? Do you treat other women like you treat your wife? You foolish. Eventually, you probably ain't gonna have a wife. Because your wife's supposed to be, she is special. She's supposed to be set aside and apart. And everybody needs to know that that is my wife. And she's special. She untouchable. I mean, I might like you. I might even love you. But there's no comparison between you nor my wife and vice versa. If you as a wife, you treat all men the same way that you treat your husband, you're not a wise wife. Talking about everybody equal. Everybody is not equal. Everybody ain't paying your rent. Everybody ain't providing for you. Everybody ain't taking care of you. Everybody don't care but you. Are you talking about you can treat everybody the same? No, I respect everybody. Everybody. But to me, everybody is not the same. I can't do for a total stranger what I do for my family or for people outside my family. No. People are confused and mixed up. Religion have made people stupid. I mean, if you watch how God operates, He gonna give you according to your talents and according to the measure that you meet. That means God is going to reward you for what you do. That's how God rewards you. Not what you can do, not what you are capable of doing. He gonna reward you for what you're doing. So why should you go around rewarding people for stuff they ain't doing? That's crazy. Then all of a sudden, you condoning laziness. You condoning averageness. No, you ain't going to be average around me, man. If you put a rotten fruit or rotten apple, whatever, next to another fruit, a good fruit, that rotten fruit will rotten the other fruits around it or connected to it. When you connect yourself with wrong people, they would tarnish you. They would corrupt you. Either you can influence them or they will influence you. You hang around people, you know they ain't no good for you. They ain't doing the right thing. If you hang around a cheater, what think you going to end up start doing? Cheating. If you hang around a liar, what you think you going to start doing? Learning their lying tendencies. You hang around lazy people. You doing your best and you working hard, and they can tell it don't take all that. It take all that and then some. Anyone who tries to tell me don't give maximum effort. Anyone tries to tell me it don't take all of that. Anyone tries to tell me to take away from my family, to take away from my business, to take away from my responsibility, you are gone. If you're not an asset, you are a liability, and I would cut you off like yesterday. Not today, yesterday. Because we're not going to be here forever. And what a leader does is lead. A leader don't put their hand in the air and check the temperature of the room to see what everybody see, how everybody feel. No, the leader leads. And that's what I am. That's what I do. So if people can't appreciate you for who you are and how God created you, let them go. If people can't celebrate you, celebrate yourself. If people tolerate you and not celebrate you, go where you are celebrated. Because that's what they might not take your advice, but when the backside get in trouble, when he get on their backside, then all of a sudden they're gonna look to you, they're gonna call you. No, it's too late now. You want to do it your way? Okay, do it your way and suffer the consequences. But don't give minimum effort and expect maximum results. Always give your best. Your gift will make room for you. And if you are faithful in the little, God will give you much, much more. No man is in charge of your destiny but you. God have already created your destiny for you. All you have to do is follow the blueprint and walk in obedience and stand still and see the salvation of the living God. I have not seen, nor ear heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of men. The things that God had prepared for them that love him. And that's what the Bible says, money answers all things. So when you walk in obedience to God, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get money. Because money got answer that thing. It didn't say praise, it said money. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Ron.